Hey, YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Jerry Mouse. Welcome to Human Imagination. And today we are going to get started in talking about the very fundamental principle behind all things that create results in your life. The one cause substance behind all things in your life. And if you can understand this principle, if you can recognize this true part of yourself, everything in your life will change. So let's jump right into it and talk about Neville Goddard's interpretation of I am. So, in The Power of Awareness, Neville talks about consciousness in the form of light. And he's referring to Ephesians when he starts off the chapter or starts off the first chapter of the book when he says, all things, when they are admitted, are made manifest by the light. For everything that is made manifest is light. Ephesians 5:13. And then Neville goes on to say that the light is consciousness, and consciousness is one, manifesting in legions of forms of levels of consciousness. So you and I, sitting here right now in this 3D solid reality, think that it is a solid and real place, where in fact what we're really experiencing is the light of our own consciousness in the various forms, like my cell phone or this book. Even these eggs that are sitting right here are all forms of the one light that created and sustains the universe. Many people don't recognize this aspect and think that this world is real. And so we're constantly finding ourselves in a battle with it, trying to change things. Let's say you're the type of person right now who is you're crashing on a friend's couch. You've been trying so hard in your business and nothing seems to be showing up the way you would like it to show up. And in order to get it to change, you try another strategy or another scheme, only to exhaust yourself and find yourself more frustrated. Perhaps you even find yourself maybe taking one step forward and it feels like you're taking two steps back. It's because you don't actually recognize the true creator of your reality. It's not you, John Doe, or Jane Smith, that created the reality. It's the light of the world that creates the reality and your conception of yourself. Those two in combination outpicture the results that you see in your life. So if it is that you're crashing on your friend's couch, John Smith, and it's not to your liking, what you need to do is go back to the source of all creation. And then once you're in that source, attach that source to a new state of consciousness. Because like Neville said, I am is that reality to which whatever happens, we must turn for an explanation of the phenomena of life. It is I am's concept of itself that determines the form and scenery of its existence. So if it is that you want to see yourself in a new condo or a new house, all you need to do is actually sit still and recognize that I am is only here. And whatever I am attaching myself to, that is what I will produce. Now, as we go on to more videos in the future and this any other, we'll dive deeper into this, into the concept of self. But right now, this video is really about that fundamental cause, the I am. When you know that consciousness is the only reality, there's nowhere else you can turn. Sure, you can go to your friends or your family for advice and this, any other, but ultimately, it's still what you accept as true. Who is accepting as true that I'm sleeping on my friend's couch? I am. Who is accepting as true that I already am the man or the woman that I would like to be? I am. Who is it that's that's feeling butthurt right now? I am. Who is it that's feeling elated? I am. Whatever you attach I am to, that is the experience that you will get in this world. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's just the way it works. So the great discovery of cause reveals that, good, bad, or indifferent, man actually is the arbiter of his own fate. And that is his concept of himself. So keep it simple. Like I can stop the video right there because that's really all you need to know. That even as you're listening to this right now, up until now, you were unaware of the cause of your reality. But now, as you're listening to this, you technically don't need to hear anything else, not from me, not from any other coach that's out there, but you yourself. You have the answer that you're looking for. It's already within you. The thing you desire is within you. All you have to do is accept the truth of that. So, if your concept of yourself is different, your world will show up differently. Now, of course, the problem that a lot of people find when they hear this information is, well, I've changed my concept of self. I am healthy. I am living in the house of my dreams. I do have the love of my life. But it's not showing up. If that's your statement, that tells me, someone on the outside looking at you, looking on the inside, that tells me that you're not actually holding on to that concept of yourself. You're holding on to the one that you don't want. Neville, he doesn't say it in this chapter, but later on he says, the state that you most often return to, or that concept of self that you most often return to, that is your dwelling place. So do you have the wherewithal, the gall, the brazen impudence to actually see within yourself that you already are the person that you want to be right here, right now, despite what the world might be saying? Do you have that sense of self? Do you keep falling back into the trap of your old version of yourself, your old man? Do you keep falling into the dictates that have been placed upon you by your parents, by your teachers, by the media, by your culture? Or do you go within and recognize that right here, right now, no ifs, ands, or buts, I am the world. I am, sorry, not the world. I am the man that I want to be. I now live in Hawaii, and it was a manifestation of mine. I was actually hanging out with one of my mentors a couple of years ago in 2020 during the COVID lockdowns. And a lot of negative things were happening to me and my family. Like our catalytic converter got stolen. There were 15 shots fired at the neighboring private school near our house. A bullet came through our window, and had my wife not gotten up 5 minutes prior to this bullet, it would have gone right through her, right through her shoulder. I was like, I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, this is ridiculous. And I was talking to one of my mentors. His name is Lyndall Warden. He's here on YouTube as well. And he said to me, well, why don't you just go home? And I said, no, I am home. He's like, no. You're currently where you don't want to be. Your home is within. And I was like, whoa. And he said, I want you to, when you wake up in the morning, I want you to recognize that you're already home. In the afternoon, I want you to go into the closet, close the door, and imagine that you are home. And as you go to bed at night, imagine that you are home. And I took him at his word. I took his challenge and I said, all right. And so every morning, every afternoon, and every evening for a month and a half, I sat still and just said to myself, I am home. I am home. Almost like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. And I did that for a month and a half. And when I would come out of that meditation, this world did not seem any closer to the reality of me being in my ideal spot. But I did it anyways. And about a month and a half later, in meditation and during an afternoon meditation, I'm sitting there and then I see my son playing on some rocks. And I could feel ocean breeze on my cheek. And I could see the silhouette of my knees. Like, I'm kind of just chilling on a beach. And it felt so good. I actually felt as though I was home. In fact, I was home. That was it. And that was it. And I dropped it. And I never wanted to go back into that meditation again. As far as I was concerned, I was already home. This was December of 2020 when this vision came. A month later, I wake up in the middle of the night thinking that I was in Hawaii. I was like, no, I'm not. This is Chicago. It's booty cold right now. It's January. And I look at my phone to check what time it is. It's 3:30 in the morning. And there's a notification on my phone that says, one-way tickets to Honolulu for $99. Now, I knew what that was. But my logical and rational mind were trying to distract me and say, no, that's not it. You don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy. What are you doing? But my gut and my heart had no choice. And I was compelled to buy those tickets. And I bought 3 one-way tickets to Honolulu for 6 weeks later. Now, as this YouTube channel grows and everything like that, I will share more of my experiences with manifestation. I will share more of my experience with manifesting Hawaii and manifesting where I live now. I live in the biggest house I've ever lived in for less money per square foot that I've ever paid. I now have 3 kids, not just one. I have 3 kids. I'm a member of this amazing community. I'm learning skills that I never in my life thought I would ever want to learn. But now I am this type of person. And I have to put everything in subjection to my imagination, because I can now never deny that I am the one who is choosing this reality. That I am God. Not Jerry, this little measure of an aspect of mine. That's just a concept. But my true essence and your true essence is one essence. It's the one source. It's the one light that gives light to this world. It is the one life. It is the one light. It is the one way. And that is what you, my friend, need to understand. Is that if you want to make the world change, you need to change who you say that I am. So I'll close off with this poem at the end of the chapter of I Am. He says, this is Oliver Wendell Holmes, by the way. He says, build thee more stately mansions, O my soul. As the swift season rolls, leave thy low vaulted past. Let each new temple nobler than the last. Shut thee from heaven with a dome more vast, till thou at length art free, leaving thine outgrown shell by life's unresting sea. Leave your old man, and even as you're hearing me now, just pause, be still, and know that I am God. And that we seek within first, so all these things can be added unto us. Cease the vain trying to change the mirror to make the world change. My friend who's listening right now, you already are the person that you want to be. Trust me, you really are. That's it. That's all. You guys are wonderful. Peace and hair grease.